Imagine waking up one morning to find your bank account emptied, your credit cards maxed out, and your good name stolen, all because someone got hold of a few simple details about you. Scary, isn't it? The truth is, identity theft happens to thousands of seniors every year, but the good news is, there are simple ways to protect yourself, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, this won't happen to me, I'm careful. But here's the thing, scammers are getting sneakier, and they often target seniors because they believe we're less familiar with technology or more trusting. And let's be honest, in our generation we were raised to be polite, to answer the phone when it rings, to help when someone asks. Unfortunately, those very traits can make us vulnerable. But don't worry, this isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot the warning signs, protect your personal information, and keep your hard-earned money and reputation safe. So, let's start with the most common way thieves try to steal your identity: phone scams. You've probably gotten one of these calls before. Someone claiming to be from the IRS, your bank, or even a grandchild in trouble, urgently asking for money or personal details. Their voices sound convincing, their stories seem real, and they play on your emotions. The best thing you can do? Hang up. If it's really important, they'll find another way to reach you. And never, ever give out personal information like your social security number or bank details over the phone. Now, another big risk is mail theft. You might not think much about tossing old bills or bank statements in the trash, but to a thief, that's a goldmine. A single piece of mail with your name, address, and account number is all they need. So, here's a simple habit to start today: shred everything. Invest in a good crosscut shredder and use it for anything with your personal info. And if you're able, switch to paperless billing. Fewer papers in the mail mean fewer chances for thieves to strike. Finally, let's talk about online safety. I know the internet can feel overwhelming, but avoiding it altogether isn't the answer, because scammers are there too. The key is to be cautious. If an email looks suspicious, don't click on any links. If a website asks for too much information, double-check that it's legitimate. And please use strong passwords. Password 123 or your birth year won't cut it. Try a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols, and consider a password manager if remembering them gets tricky. Now, these are just the first steps, but they make a huge difference. And in the next part, we'll dive even deeper, covering how to monitor your accounts, what to do if you do become a victim, and more ways to stay safe in an increasingly digital world. Because your peace of mind is worth protecting. You know, one of the best ways to stay ahead of identity thieves is to keep a close eye on your financial accounts. Think of it like checking the locks on your doors at night. It's just a smart habit. Many banks and credit card companies offer free alerts that notify you anytime there's unusual activity on your account. A sudden large purchase in another state? You'll know right away. A small test charge from an unfamiliar company? That's often how thieves start, testing the waters before going all in. Setting up these alerts takes just a few minutes, and trust me, it's worth it. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: medical identity theft. Yes, thieves don't just want your money, they might also use your health insurance information to get medical care or prescriptions in your name. And if false records end up in your file, it could even affect your own care down the road. So what can you do? Always review your Medicare statements or any explanation of benefits forms carefully. If you see a doctor's visit you don't remember or a prescription you never picked up, report it immediately. Another area where seniors often get tripped up is public Wi-Fi. Maybe you're at the library, a coffee shop, or even a doctor's office and you think, I'll just quickly check my email. But here's the risk. Public networks are rarely secure, and hackers can easily snatch passwords or credit card numbers if you log into sensitive accounts. The solution? Save your online banking, shopping, or anything involving personal details for when you're at home on your own secure network. If you must use public Wi-Fi, consider a VPN, a virtual private network, which scrambles your data and makes it much harder for thieves to access. And while we're on the topic of staying safe online, let's talk about social media. Sharing updates with family and friends is wonderful, but oversharing can be dangerous. Posting vacation photos while you're still away? That's an open invitation to burglars. Mentioning your birth year or mother's maiden name? Those are common security questions for your accounts. A good rule of thumb is this: if you wouldn't shout it in a crowded room, don't post it online. Now, we've covered a lot so far: phone scams, mail theft, online safety, monitoring accounts, and medical fraud. But there's still more to discuss, including what to do if the worst happens and your identity is stolen. Because even with all the precautions in the world, sometimes things slip through. But here's the good news: the sooner you catch it, the easier it is to fix. Let's say you've done everything right, You shred your mail, you ignore suspicious calls, you check your accounts regularly, but one day you get a letter in the mail saying your credit application was denied, and you never applied for credit. Or maybe your debit card suddenly stops working. That sinking feeling is awful, but don't panic. The first thing to do is act fast. Contact your bank, credit card companies, and the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, to place a fraud alert on your accounts. This makes it harder for thieves to open new lines of credit in your name. Next, file a report with the Federal Trade Commission (FTC) at identitytheft.gov. This creates an official record and gives you a recovery plan tailored to your situation. You might also need to file a police report, especially if your driver's license or other ID was stolen. I know it sounds like a hassle, but think of it like cleaning up after a storm. The sooner you start, the sooner things get back to normal. Now, here's a step many people forget. Check your credit reports regularly. You're entitled to 1 free report from each bureau every year, and reviewing them can catch problems early. Look for accounts you didn't open, addresses you've never lived at, or inquiries from companies you don't recognize. If something's wrong, dispute it immediately. Finally, let's talk about peace of mind. Identity theft is frightening, but remember, you're not powerless. Just like you might take vitamins to stay healthy or wear a seatbelt to stay safe, these precautions are simply part of protecting yourself in today's world. Start small. Maybe this week you'll set up those bank alerts or finally shred that stack of old statements. Next week you'll check your credit report. Every step counts. And if you've ever dealt with identity theft before, share your experience in the comments below. Your story could help someone else avoid the same trouble. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on staying safe and thriving at any age. After all, you've worked hard for your good name, let's keep it yours. Here's to staying sharp, staying safe, and enjoying life without worry. Thanks for watching and take care.